He holds a management degree in operations management from Symbiosis University. And Srijit will be talking about data center operations, the Indian scenarios, challenges, and best practices.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, all of you. Seems you all of you are tired. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So, me and Shalim have been friends for a long while. So, today it's a coincidence that my presentation is coming after presentation. It's a wonderful presentation given by madam. It's interesting, index, sustainability index, which all of us we can think about it. So I'm not going to talk anything extra or anything as interesting as Shalim was spoken. But something which is interesting from her talk I could capture is that couple of points. One is she said we can build a data center, with some 200 crores or 600 crores. Is that enough to hold the uptime? So again, maintaining the infrastructure or uptime and operating the infrastructure, that is important. So that's where your sustainability index or trial certifications, all this matters. And then we talk about efficiency. First, to me, you need to think about uptime, operations, sustainability, then efficiency. So with that, I'll start. Thanks for the nice introduction. So, how many of us are here data center operation managers or data center operators? Very few. IT managers? Very few. So anybody who are managing both IT as well as facility? It's one or two. It's interesting. That is where the challenge comes in today's scenario, where there's a disconnect. So we have been talking in the industry for at least, for me, it's about 10 years. We have been talking about facility management, IT management. IT managers don't know about facility managers don't understand the need of IT. So this is the challenge we have been talking about more than 10 years now. It still continues. And it may continue for a while more. I think there will be some point where we talk about facility and IT together. So, I'm a person. I come from an IT background, so I'm basically a network engineer who happen to be a facility operating manager. So that way, somewhere the understanding of IT and non-IT. And here I thought of putting some challenges across. It's again nothing new. All of us are aware about it. I just re-emphasize something about the challenges which I personally feel. So I thought I'll share this experience with all of you. So first and foremost, operational challenges we face that time. All of us agree? So anything and everything we talk about. So nothing override the uptime factor of a data center. And again, as you rightly said, the data center going down 4 hours on a single window or multiple 1 hour. Okay, what does it override? So 4 instances of data center down. I have experienced data center going down. The effect of data center going down, personally for me, it took me about 4 to 5 months to overcome of that downtime, though it was about 20 minutes downtime. Believe me, because we are from the colocation segment, we hold most of the data, we don't have any control over the IT infrastructure of customers, but some of the equipments, some of the infrastructure, some of the database architecture, it's very hard to come back. And if anything crashes, it is very, very hard to rebuild. So one instant, I still believe some long back ago, so that would happen again in my career, but that was a nightmare. Second thing, we talk about efficiency. Okay, efficiency is a cost, especially for all of us today. You need to understand about cost. So whenever I talk about efficiency, I don't talk about PUE. I don't claim that I'm running data center on 1.1, 1.2, 1.8, etc. Whatever I talk or we talk with respect to the kind of operating expenditure we spend on a month to month or a day to day, that is what we define efficiency or we define the metrics factors. So So that's operating structure. Security of data center in terms of not only physical security is very simple. If you have something in mind, so consultant, that is very simple. But ensuring security, both IT, logical, and facility, it is a challenge. Then the process. For me, why process is a challenge? It is very easy to define a process, but to follow a process and how do you ensure a process, what is the process review mechanisms, it is a real challenge. I'm sure all of us sitting in this room agree with me, all of us have process. Down the line, everybody has process, nice written, good English process, everything is there. But are we following it up? What is the review mechanism? After 6 months, if you take a process, if you ask a down the line operational engineers, do you know this process? The answer may be, I would say 80% maybe no. Then customer, the big challenge. For me, it's a big challenge. More than any other challenge, customer is a big challenge. Their expectation, meeting their expectation, driving the customer expectation, and making the customer delight is a big challenge. In today's competitive, environment, all of us are in respective industries. We are holding customers. We are serving customers. For a customer, it's a choice today. There is no monopoly here other than let's say energy management. Even that is getting away. So that matter, everything is become a choice. So managing customer expectation is a big challenge. Delivery is again monitoring. How do you monitor? What are the monitoring mechanisms? What are the tools you deploy? And again it's not very simple things. You can put up a monitoring mechanism. What are you achieving out of monitoring? What kind of data you take out of monitoring? What kind of dashboard you look at it daily in the morning or daily before you leave office? What kind of statistics you look at? So this is very important. It's again challenging pattern. The monitoring system are there. Something is getting monitored. Some data is being thrown out, and the desired data is not there. That is the fact of the today. Even today, whatever the monitoring mechanisms you have deployed, and when some customer calls up or a top management calls up, you may have to look back, put some Excel sheets, taking some data, put some bar graphs. So that is the reality, even today. So we have to think about this aspect. Density of data center is becoming challenge. I would say density is going up. For us, we build data centers. Whenever we build data centers, the density is in our mind. We build data centers at some level of density. Density is going up is the challenge, and you build a data center with a higher density, a customer comes with lower density. That is a big challenge. How do you manage this diverse, the density aspects? A big challenge. Madam told about statutory. Some of things are best practices, guidelines today. Some of things are guidelines today. Some of things are getting, guidelines. So what are we looking at? Forget about best practices today and getting statutory requirements tomorrow. But how do you manage the statutory aspects, the compliance aspect of data center? Tier 3 is not a statutory aspect today. Tier certification is not a statutory aspect. ISO certification again not statutory. It is discretionary that you can opt or choose. But some of the things like fire and safety mechanisms, building related things, licenses, these are the challenges. Power failures, incoming power failures I mentioned about. Most important is design errors. What are you going to do? You are in operations. Somebody designed and handed over to you for operating. So what when there is a design error occurs, how quickly you can overcome this design errors? It's again a big challenging factors. Then of course, human errors. You rightly said, EIA. The most important aspect, most of the data centers, whatever robust infrastructure you build, one human error can bring down your infrastructure. So how do you manage or overcome the humans, operational engineers or any manpower? It is mandatory. You cannot run data center without manpower. I'm an engineer. I've been working in this industry for the last 20 years now. I've done a lot of human errors. It's accident. It can happen to all of us. It can happen to any of our junior engineers. So how do you ensure if a human error comes, how do you overcome that? Is holding that engineer as a solution? Or sacking that engineer as a solution? The answer, of course, it is no. So how do you overcome? I do not know still. You have to think about it.